Curry became champion on a unanimous 15-round decision. His impressive style of boxing continued the following year when in his second title defense he battled Marlon Starling for 15 rounds and won a unanimous decision. Curry is known for his lightning-quick hands, and he proved that again in his last title defense when he scored a 6th-round TKO victory over highly regarded Nino LaRocca. Today, Donald Curry defends his title for the 5th time against the #1 ranked contender Colin Jones. Jones fought Milton McCrory for the vacant WBC welterweight title in March of 1983. They battled for 12 rounds. The fight ended in a draw. 5 months later, they met in a rematch for the title. Jones was knocked down in the first round, but fought back in the later rounds, losing to McCrory in a close 12-round split decision. So today, the champion, Donald Curry, will meet the #1 ranked contender, Colin Jones, for the WBA World Welterweight title. You'll see it live from Birmingham in the yellow trunks. Is the champion of the world for the WBA welterweight division. Donald Curry, the Cobra from Fort Worth, Texas. You won't see a better fighter fighting today. He's here in Birmingham, England, as we give you this live shot. His opponent is the #1 contender, and his fellow Welshmen now are doing a little parody of a tune that we've all heard with the words of Colin Jones. That's his name. He is adored. Capacity crowd at the arena here in Birmingham, England, and round 1 is underway. WBA scoring rules a 10-point must. You have 2 judges and the referee doing the scoring. The referee is Ishmael Fernandez of Puerto Rico, a veteran of championship bouts. It was figured that Colin Jones in the red trunks would not be quite as aggressive at the start. Look at Donald Curry now. He is analytical in the first round, but he's opening up early. Beautiful combinations, finding the chin of Colin Jones. It was a man in the red trunks that came astonishingly close to winning the WBC title against Milton McCrory. A draw and a split decision, 12-round loss. He's had 2 fights since, but he hasn't fought for 7 months. Repaired down to the deep cuts that he had over the right eye. That'll be one of the things we'll look for here in this bout, if he can stay uncut against the Cobra from Fort Worth. Curry has had 20 professional bouts. He's won them all. 14 knockouts. Colin Jones, 29 fights, 26 wins, 2 losses and a draw, and 23 knockouts. He is particularly powerful with that left hand. They're staying well within the punching range, which is surprising me a little bit today in this 18-by-18-foot ring in Birmingham. And standing almost toe-to-toe and challenging the contender is the champion. A little surprised by his leaning forward with the wide stance. In other words, come on, throw a punch so I can counter with power. And there's a left hook. That's Jones's best punch, a left hook to the body, partially caught on the bicep of Donald Curry in the yellow trunks. This is the first round. Faster pace than we had anticipated, because normally Curry will take his time, feel out his man, figure out where the punches come from what angles. That punch was a little low. It was a first left hook that Curry has thrown to the body. Listen to this crowd. A sellout for weeks, 11,500. 5,000 have driven 2 hours from Wales to come to this inland city of Birmingham. What a variety of punches Donald Curry possesses. The complete arsenal, a textbook fighter, technically superb. He has a 2-inch reach in the jabs. There you saw a beautiful 1-2. Both punches are a little short, but then follows up with a left hook. The red area now above the right eye of Colin Jones in the red trunks. Cheering loudly right behind me, just inches away, his mother and father, Raymond and Nora Jones. Less than 30 seconds remaining in round 1, and already a very pale Colin Jones in the red trunks. His face is beet red. But you will notice that Colin Jones will not take a backward step. About 5 seconds, and they'll get a 1-minute rest. Observe and appreciate the natural talent of Donald Curry, who just threw that beautiful right hand. He's in the yellow trunks, the champion from Fort Worth. 20 fights undefeated, all 20. But remember, Colin Jones has fought them all too. He had a loss on a foul because he hit after the bell, and then a split decision loss to Milton McCrory for the title. Now a slight nosebleed. on a very large nose of Colin Jones. If you just joined us in the first round, Donald Curry, the champion, just peppered the face in particular of the contender, the challenger. These pictures live from Birmingham, England, the first championship bout here ever. It's the first million-pound gate in Great Britain for boxing, practically where it started. Listen to these Welshmen. They're stomping their feet, calling for Colin Jones to do something. But Colin now has sort of going into a bit of a shell. And rightfully so. He has some defensive skills with his hands held high. But Curry's punches are so fast. Quick hands. He just, with the left jab, nearly tore the head off of Jones just a moment ago. Another one. And then a right hand. But look at Jones fight back. Thus far, there are no cuts. Neither fighter's been knocked down. Should there be a knockdown, there is a mandatory 8 count, WBA rules. As we reach the halfway point of round 2, it's scheduled for 15. The Welshmen cheer, but both those hooks were caught in the arm of Curry in yellow. Ishmael Fernandez of Puerto Rico is the referee, a veteran of 10 World Championship fights. He is Judge 22. We have Priami, the Italian judge, just off to our left. And Ovi Ovesen of Denmark is the second judge. 8-ounce gloves, raised gloves. They are not using much of this 18-foot ring. Donald Curry's family, boxing family, felt that the bout might go as little as 2 rounds, at most 6. Perhaps he's following their wishes and not quite fighting the fight that he normally fights, where he is more of a boxer. He is setting himself up now as a puncher. Of course, if you can land right hands like that, you're liable to put your opponent down. We're inside the last 30 seconds of round 2. Jones, as we said, has not fought in 7 months. Might be a little rusty. Whereas Curry, who landed that left jab and then a right hand, fought in September against La Rocca. We'll be back.